Have you ever felt like an alien? Like you don't necessarily belong, whether it's to your family or when you're with your friends, that just something feels like it's missing. It's a special type of loneliness. And it's a special type of loneliness that intuitive, empathic people struggle with when we don't have our fellow deep sea divers. When we are separated and disconnected from our communities, from our spiritual communities, from our believing eyes, from people who have a language and understanding and care about what lights us up, and them too, it can really lead us to feeling a lot of self-doubt. It can leave us feeling isolated, disconnected, misunderstood, and can really cause a lot of suffering. So today I am going to talk to you about the importance of finding your spiritual community, how to do it, and how the impact of finding your tribe, finding your people is not only transformational, but deeply healing and also the most fun. Now, before we go any further, hi, I'm Sonia. I'm a fourth generation intuitive, and I teach you how to plug back into your innate divine self, your intuition. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. You're part of my new crew. If you're returning, welcome back. And if you're also really quick looking for like your people and community and places to practice tools around your intuition, connecting to your guides, all of it, I am so excited because Monday, January 22nd, I am launching my winter group of YOUniversity Level 1. It's a 5-week-long live course. We work together with tools, answering questions, building a community, a container. It is transformational. So I really encourage you, if using your intuition, if living a life that feels good, centered in yourself, is one of your New Year's resolutions, join me. It is a game changer. And talk about plugging into your spiritual community. Well, enough of that. Also, check out the description box below. You can find links. Head to my website, click group courses, or my Instagram, Sonia Tully Official. So those are all of the housekeeping details. And why I know this to be true. I have been working one-on-one with people in readings and mentorings for over a decade, over 15 years now. And what is one of the most common things that I hear is feeling alone. I often get the question, it's like, I feel like an outsider in my family. Nobody is able to share my language or my knowledge, or they don't get when I talk about intuition. And honestly, it not only makes me doubt myself, but often ends up having them not talk about these things, talk about their vibes, talk about their intuition, talk about their spirits, and even in language that's accessible for all. And that is so challenging, because what I find is when we love things, whether it be a football game or a really dope angel deck, things that we love are meant to be shared. And it's so important to have people who are your believing eyes. As my mom always said, even Jesus had 12 helpers. We cannot do things alone. And in our society, we are so conditioned to believe that we can do it all by ourselves. And that is often what I find the biggest way that we end up failing. Not creating those changes, stuck in that same feedback loop, feeding that same ego narrative story if I am all alone and I cannot ask for help. Now, for me, I was really blessed because I grew up in a family that talked about spirituality. So I always had my mom and my sister as people who I could talk to. But growing up outside of that, I didn't really have anyone. And so it was really isolating for me. And what I found was that not only that I hid my intuitive gifts, hid this really big part of myself, but also the longer that I hid those parts, the more that I became afraid of other people's judgments and how they saw me. And with that attitude and energy, it actually crippled my self-confidence in just being able to be free to who I am. And I hear this, like I said, all the time with my reading clients. Like, I'm in the middle of I'm in the middle of Alabama, like that. No one is around me that gets it. But the thing about finding our spiritual communities often can really surprise you. For me, the first place that I really found a fellow tribe of like weirdo people where I was like, wow, they get it, was in college. But even then, I was not out of the closet. And so it wasn't till way later when I actually had the courage to really be like, I'm a psychic intuitive, which in my mind, everybody is going to be like, oh my God. In reality, nothing happened. That's a story for another day. But in talking about these values and principles that I live by, it opened the door for other people. And all of a sudden, I started to build community by people who were naturally interested because I was just sharing something that I loved. It had nothing to do with converting or preaching or convincing. It was just like, let me share something that's really important to me. And that brought connection. So first and foremost, if you are somebody who is struggling to find your spiritual community, ask yourself, is this something that you share with others? Or is there a part of yourself that feels really protective against judgment, around misunderstanding, that can often isolate us unconsciously? Second, we can start to talk about our vibes. We can talk about our spirit in grounded language. One of my favorite questions that I love to ask people when I meet them is, what do you love most about yourself? Which is, if you know me and my work, that's actually like a little pivot clue to having people talk about their spirit. Because what you know and love about yourself is directly connected to your beautiful innate essence. So like I said, first, start talking about it, bring it into conversation, make it normal. Third, another place that I have found is go join a group, whether it be a book club. For me, I've joined an improv class here in New Orleans, and it has been such a beautiful, fun way to connect with other people. And what I find for me with improv is that they are the same principles as intuition. You have to be present, you have to be flexible, you have to have your partner's back, you have to be listening. These are all intuitive state things. So what has been so fun is also to have this shared value system around what I see and know as intuitive listening, but in this very different container with people who have very different relationships with their spirituality. So find other things that you love and care about. When we can do that, that's when we can start to build community where we are not alone. And we are meant to share these different things. Another thing that I've also loved to do, and has been one way that I have created community, is by actually, my mom, for example, has some really wonderful books. The Psychic Pathway is a teaching workbook. And so she's recommended this to a lot of different students. I've done this with my clients, but to actually teach a class, be like, hey, I may be a newbie, and also I am really looking to develop my intuitive skills. Does anybody want to join me and work this together? Then that can be a really fun, collaborative, creative effort between you and others that can start to bring in this foundation. And if you are really somewhere that is isolated, the beautiful thing is that nowadays online, we have so many different accesses to different communities and portals and different places of where we can get support in believing eyes, like, for example, Psychic University. But, that's one really wonderful place because it's so important to be able to exchange ideas, to champion and cheer each other on, to have that, because that is what gives us the spark. If it's not Psychic University, there are tons of classes and places online, anywhere from Discord to Reddit to Instagram to so many different places. So find what it is that you love and be unabashedly enthusiastic around sharing that. And know that when things are connected to your heart and what you care about, that raises the vibration, that even if it's not for somebody else, that's okay. That light, you being a lighthouse of your values, will become a beacon. And that is where we can invite other people in, or even better, people who have also just been hiding. Often what I find too is people are like, oh my God, wait, you're intuitive and you're intuitive and you're intuitive. Oh my goodness gracious, look at how much we have in common. Get involved in classes, go with meetup groups, do the thing, find your tribe. And the best part about that is be the champion believing ice. Be extraordinarily generous, because the more that we are supportive and generous with those that we love and around us, the more that we receive that generosity from the universe. So I hope that this year you find your tribe, you find your spiritual community. I know that my girlfriends, my people have been the most healing, transformational, wonderful, deep sea diving nonsense while also plumbing the depths. And I am forever grateful to that network and base always surrounding, because we need you. We need your light. And collectively, we shine a lot brighter than we do alone. So I cannot wait to hopefully see you in class. Check out the description box below. Head to my website, soniatullyofficial.com. If you have any questions about Psychic University, shoot me an email at hello@soniatully.com. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. It's going to be 5 weeks. We're learning so many different things. I'm adding a whole new module on guides. Yay, all of my favorite things. And the best part of this class is your cohort, because you become friends and go through this transformational process together. And what is better than that? It bonds you for life. So I am sending you all my love, and I hope to see you in class. And if not, I will see you when the time is right. Sending you all my love. Bye.